Hey everyone, this is Patsy, and I'm here to do a Orisha tarot reading for those born under the sign of Aquarius, or those of you who are led to watch this video. So, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Jupiter. So we're using cards from the Orisha Tarot by Andrew McGregor, and I'll be getting the information from the guidebook that goes along with these cards. So we're going to do 4 positions. First position is the Osobo, which is any negativity, any obstacles. The first position is Ere. Ere is their blessings. The second position is Osobo, which is your blockages. The third position will be Ashe, which is the help that you get from the universe, the grace you get from God. And the fourth position is your free will, what it is that you can do to help this situation or to make it come out favorably. So for Aquarius, what is their Orisha message? Okay, first card is the Two of Discs. So that's like the Two of Coins. So a decision that you're making, something that you are deciding to do, you're going to, that's in the blessing. So this is a good choice. Or you have 2 choices or a few choices and they're all good. They're all been granted to you by the divine. The second position, the Osobo, is the 6 of Discs. So that's the 6 of Coins. So that's the negativity, the obstacle is, can everything be done fairly? Are you going to be able to do things in a balanced manner? This is also talking about charity, gratitude. All right. So let's see what is in the third position, which is the help that you can expect from the universe, God's grace. Yashe for Aquarius. What is the Yashe for Aquarius in this situation, please? Okay, we get, this is the 5 of Swords. So there's some kind of a controversy going on here. Some controversy, but this is your ancestors. This is family. So the help that you're getting is coming from the universe in the form of your ancestors. Could be the Orisha also are coming to help you. Oya, cut through the bullshit. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. And in the last position, what is it that you can do? What do you bring to this situation to make it turn out pop in a positive manner? 2 cards. We have the Hanged Man. So that could be water sign, Pisces. Could be Cancer, Scorpio, but usually it's Pisces. But this is trying to make a decision, trying to look and weigh in all the options. And the Knight of Swords. So this is bringing the message, bringing the truth. Again, cutting through the bullshit. So I think this is talking about taking your time, consider all your options, consider everything that's going on, and then go forward to speak your truth. Let me see if I can get it into the camera so you can see it there. Alright, so we got that. And let's see what we get. The bottom of the deck is Temperance. So this is Sagittarius energy. This is patience. This is waiting for things to be equal, making things equal. So that is the energy. So there's something that's going on for you that is causing for there to be fairness. That's what I'm getting here. But sometimes the definitions in the book are different from my intuitive messages as well as knowing what these cards represent in the regular tarot. So let's look up the Two of Discs. Two of Discs. Okay. Let's move this here so you can see it better. Take this out of the way for a second. I don't even know if I showed it to you correctly. Two of Discs. So, this talks about protecting your secrets. Don't trust others not to cheat you. This also talks about moving to a new home and getting a new job. So, there's some changes going on. You may be moving or getting a new job. Could be someone younger than you may be seeking to take something that is yours. So maybe someone else may be competing for the same position. Be careful of liars and cheaters in your new job, in your new community, whoever you're dealing with. This talks about you receiving a lot of powers and gifts that you don't understand and others don't understand. And this also talks about you helping people who don't deserve your help. Alright, so let's read this. Things are in constant motion. Life and other people bring ups and downs that must be navigated carefully. This is a card of growth and expansion. It's an overall positive card. Mewa was the ruler of a town. Mewa, M-E-W-A. They were mysterious, or Mewa were the ruler of the town. They were mysterious and kept many dangerous forces under control with their magic. One day, a new person came into town, Ejobe. He was charming and fun and quickly won people over. Soon everyone suggested that he become the new ruler and created a plot to help him cheat in a contest of strength. The Miwa accepted the challenge, not knowing what was in store for them. The contest involved cutting down a tree with a machete. Unfortunately, Miwa was given a dull blade to ensure that they would lose. And in no course of time, Ijobe cut down his tree and won. Realizing what had happened, Miwa agreed to leave, but not before letting go of all the wicked forces that were previously contained. So Miwa opened up the Pandora's box because of the cheating. Death, sickness, loss, gossip, and war all came into the world that day. This was not enough for Miwa, who was in one final act of revenge. Unleashed money into the world so that people would always fight over what things were worth. So this could be a legal situation. Again, it could be negotiating for a salary. Maybe you're going to find out that you're putting in for a position and you were quoted one salary and maybe someone else is being paid a higher salary or a different salary than you or different benefits. Whatever it is, pay attention to the fine print. Pay attention to your intuition. right? And that is your blessing. The ability to use your intuition and being able to do the impossible, right? Do things that people aren't expecting of you, even when the cards are stacked against you. Being able to still pull things off. That's the blessing. The negativity is the Six of Discs. So let's see what that is. This has to do with money and stability. The Six of Discs. This talks about material success. Okay, so this talks about working with what you have. Use your tongue to get what you want and work for yourself. So don't be in competition with anybody. Work for what it is that you get. Being able to defend your actions, all right? Being able to be charming. So this talks about the rewards of life. This is talking about prosperity and a clear way forward. Prosperity, promotions, and success. Putting your knowledge to work for you. That is in the challenge position, the negativity. Let's see what this story is. These are Patakis of the Orisha. So the Orisha, the way they divine is through stories, myths, legends, whatever. And they call them Patakis. 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 But these stories go along with the different Orisha. And so that is why I'm using the book, because this is a lot to memorize, of course. So material success comes in many forms. It could be money, health, or employment. Could be a new house, a new move, right? A move. While we're here on Earth, in this body, we need all of these things and more in order to thrive. In the Six of Discs, we find the fruit of our labor, and all that we need are within reach. IyaEgunde prays in front of her Orisha. While ideas of growth and evolution are definitely a part of these traditions, the prayers highlight the deeply practical aspects of life that are prayed for. So this is talking about taking care of your ancestors. IyaEgunde is like a female priest, right? Like a Babalao, but a female, right? Traditional prayers often end up with a litany of what we do and do not hope for in life. Let me not see death. Let me not see sickness. Let me not see loss. Let me not see tragedy. And let me see worldly troubles. And let me not see worldly troubles. Take these things away and let me see money. Let me see children and a long life with a clear road. We could say, let me thrive in the world, if we just wanted to sum it all up. So, we have Obatala, represented by the white. That's that terrain there. And then we have Yemiya, represented by the blue and white. And we have Oshun, represented by the yellow. So she's taking care of her Orisha on her altar. Shango is this one here. He brings fertility. So Oshun brings sweetness. Yemiya brings stability. Obatala brings wisdom. Shango brings virility. Elegba brings, he is the one that guides us on the road. And Ogun and Ochosi help us hunt and fight. So I don't know if you can see it that well, but on the base of the card, right there, that clay dish, that's Elegba, and there's a little black dish over there, and that's for Ochosi and Ogun. Those are all Orishas. Shango, Elegba, Obatala, Oshun, Ogun, and Ochosi, and Yemiya or all Orisha. This is about prosperity and a clear way forward. This shows up to mark a level of success or achievement. You have all of the tools that you need to accomplish what you set your mind to, as long as you continue to work. So this could be talking about not being lazy, not resting on your laurels, making sure that you use all the tools that you have available to you, which we said already was being charming, speaking the truth, speaking your mind, letting your ideas and your thoughts be expressed. Now, in the third position is the help that you're getting from the divine, the grace that you're getting. And that is coming in the Five of Swords. Swords is communication, truth, air. So, Five of Swords. And Aquarius is an air sign, right? So that could be you. Yeah. Getting help from the universe, of course. Five of Swords. Okay, Five of Swords. All right. Five of Swords. Okay. This talks about theft. Theft is a big theme for this card. Someone has absconded with something important right under your nose. When we live in community or with families, it's hard to see these things coming. It gets even more complicated if you're hoarding something we could share, but you don't want to. Oja and Shango were lovers. Oya and Shango were lovers. Oya was the only woman strong and fierce enough to match Shango's fire, his warrior nature, and his passion. Together they were unstoppable when they rode into battle. Though most people say that Shango is the lightning, many elders suggest that it really belongs to Oya, because she is the better warrior, and Shango likes to take the easy road. She goes first, and Shango shows up later as the thunder. So, this again talks about not being lazy, right? I said that, not being lazy, not taking shortcuts. Maybe you're in competition with someone who's younger, someone of the opposite sex. But maybe the blessing for you is your experience and your ability to pave the way. So innovation, confidence. Shango was also a talented magician, who kept his secret fire in the ground, hidden away from everyone. One day, Oya found this stash and decided to try it out. As she played with the powder, she found herself unable to breathe. Realizing that she had gained access to all of his powers. One day, Oya found his stash and decided to try it out. As she played with the powder, she found herself able to breathe fire. Realizing she had gained access to all his powers, she decided to keep them for herself. So this talks about home, with lovers, with friends, well, lovers and family. This talks about triumph, and this talks about fire. So this is saying the universe has given you all the gifts that you need, that you don't need to be intimidated by anybody else. Whether they're younger than you, older than you, more experienced than you, or whatever, you have all the tools that you need. Sharing powers with others is complicated business. It's not easy to trust that things will go well. When this fear shows up, people covet what they have and will try to take it from you. They covet what you have and try to take it from you. So again, this is competition for a job, for a home, for apartment, something that you're going for. It could be a relationship that someone's trying to just interfere with out of jealousy. Okay. It's important to decide whether you or they are being greedy. It might be both of you. This talks about copyright and trade secrets being stolen. This also says that your loved one, your lover, is thinking about leaving you, and it says your family wants to take what should be yours. The solution is do not hide your valuables in the house. Put them in the bank or somewhere secure. Share with others if you want to keep them around. And pray for Oya to help you with this change. So, this new place that you may be going to work in, they're giving you a heads up. Those people cannot be trusted. They're also telling you not to be selfish. If there's someone that you want to keep around, then share with them. Protect your work. Protect anything, your music, your copyright, whatever, your poetry. Protect your work, your words. So that's the heads up. That's the help from the universe. That's the grace that you're being given. The ability to handle all of this with confidence, to learn things, to take secrets and put them to use for your own purposes, and also being able to discern the people around you. It could be family, could be co-workers. Don't trust anyone. Secure your assets. All right. And the last two cards that came out together for you were the first one was the Hangman, and the second one was the Knight of Swords. So let's take a look at them. Okay, first let's take care of the Hangman. And that's a major arcana. That's number 12. Okay, here we go. In this book, all of the cards are depicted the same way they are in the book for all of the cards. So it's really beautiful, in case you hadn't seen it before. All right, let's turn it this way while I talk about it. Okay, so traditionally, this card depicts a young person strung up by one foot. This card speaks of being trapped and stuck in circumstances. It can speak of the idea of punishment for some kind of wrongdoing. It is about the ways in which our ego traps us by attachment. So something that maybe some person or some situation that maybe you stayed in too long, a family group, a job, a relationship. Whatever view you take is a card people usually want to get past as quickly as possible. Yet usually they linger here. These days, many people seek to become a priest. It has come to be seen as an important status, and many consider it the best path of spiritual growth. Historically, however, the priesthood was a role that arose in response to deep or dire problems that required something equally big to resolve. In some of the most dire cases, a person would be marked as a slave to Ocha. Okay. if their circumstances were so bad that they required initiation immediately. So sometimes people would go to see the Babalao and get initiated because things were so bad that they had to submit and they had to surrender to the Orisha. In some cases, the person would not leave their godparents' house until arrangements could be made. They would live there for weeks or months until their family could put everything together. So this is being in a protected state by your ancestors, by your family, by those around you who want to protect you. People may be marked this way through a reading, during the initiation of a priest, or while an Orisha is possessing someone. They could have a misa, an elaborate multi-stranded braided loop placed over them. That's that belt there, right? Misa. Mazo. M-A-Z-O. Mazo. That's that belt. Symbolically, it would bring them closer to a Batala so he could watch them during this dangerous time. So a Batala is wisdom, right? We saw the terrain for Batala is at the very top. So this is wisdom being helped by the Orisha. With wisdom and foresight, the ability to see what's going on around you, discernment. Though it may seem as though many see it as something to be celebrated now, it would often have been met with tears by those who understood its deeper symbolism. So, when someone was having a hard time and they went to the priest and the priest says you have to make the Orisha and you had to stay at their house and your family had to get the money and to make the preparations for you, at that time, that's when people realize how serious the situation is, right? And even though they may be relieved to be able to get the help, still, to think that you were under that type of attack is very jarring. Being told your life is a mess is very hard to take, even if you already know it. People often go through a variety of feelings. It's important as a reader to keep good boundaries. Your job is to deliver the message, not to get caught up in what the querent will do with it. If they argue with you, let it go. Give them time to think about it and do not try to explain to them how it fits their life or makes things easier for them. They need to resolve their business personally. So this talked about, again, I remember saying about helping someone who was ungrateful, someone who's hard-headed. It could be a family member, could be a co-worker, could be a lover. Someone who you're taking too much of your energy to protect them, to look out for them, and they're not doing it for themselves. This talks about a lack of possibilities. This is talking about a shadow that's chasing someone. But this also talks about hope because there's the sun. And again, and I talked about Mesa opening up the Pandora's box, right? We know in the Pandora's box at the end there was still hope. So there's still hope in this situation. And this talks about this oval around the hangman that represents the body, the vessel that we choose our destiny in. So this is making decisions that have to do with your destiny, your future, your hope, getting out of situations that have you bogged down and tied down. This talks about suffering and being pursued by something negative, making a big change instead of repeating past mistakes. You may be playing a part in keeping this cycle repeating itself. This talks about making plans that may fail, being your own worst enemy, not finding many things to be celebratory about, not being in a happy place. The bigger the move, the better. So again, a change. Where you are, you're not happy where you are. You want to make a change. But there may be some delay because maybe you are planning on bringing some energy with you, someone. You could be looking out for someone else. You could be going on a job and taking a buddy with you, and maybe that person isn't as qualified as you are, but you coming in selling yourself as a team, that might be your downfall. For somebody, maybe that's the situation. This talks about someone coming to someone to get advice, but they don't listen to it. So the advice here is to admit that you can't fix your own problems, seek professional assistance, do not drink and do drugs, make an offering, pray to Abatala for constant help, and don't go back to where you have already been. So that's part of that message, and Knight of Swords is the second part of that message. So let's see what he's talking about. Alright, so the Knight of Swords talks about perspective. This person is perceptive, keen, and understands patterns. They have the stamina for actions that require repetition. Though they may lack in seeing the big picture, they have a great grasp on day-to-day details and short-term plans. Learning the ceremonial procedure for butchering animals used in ritual is an important part of the Orisha tradition. There is a need to care and proper handling of the carcasses so that no one gets sick. The Orishas also require that their part of the sacrifice be properly prepared. Knowing how to cut and break down an animal to both ends makes study and getting it done in a timely manner a physically demanding job. Okay, so you're learning how to prepare the offerings, and it has to be done in a certain amount of time in order to make sure that the meat is still fresh. Because usually at the end of the ceremonies, everybody at the ceremony is going to eat whatever animal has been part of the offering. In the past, it would have often been the village butcher who has initiated and taught the art of killing and preparing animals. As we move further away from having contact with the animals we eat, this role becomes less desirable to people. The practice of sacrifice itself is often seen by outsiders as strange or disgusting. Yet, when we live respectfully with the animals we eat, sharing that with the Orisha is an obvious thing to do. So, this talks about the colors green and black stand for Ogun's role in butchering and sacrifice. And we saw Ogun was already here. So again, hunting, protecting, providing, sacrifice. Then there are a selection of different knives that he has there on the table beside the machete in his hand, so that the right tool for each part of the work are available right away. And the meat that is being cut in preparation. Those are all the symbolisms on the card. This card speaks of there being a right and a wrong way to do things. While the task at hand may seem easy, there are risks to the people involved if things are not handled correctly. Hard work will see you through. People count on you to do things that others are unwilling to do. Focus on you and do not hurt yourself. So, this talks about giving an offering to the Orisha Ogun. This is talking about a student with a teacher, and don't use the wrong tools. So, that's what you bring to the situation. Right? Don't use the wrong tools. So, first position, second position, third position, and the fourth. So you could be looking for a job or a place to live. There may be competition. Maybe the person that is supposed to move in with you, their credit doesn't clear, and it may be a hindrance to you getting a place. For somebody, that might be what you're dealing with in this scenario. For others of you, it may be going for a job, a position. For others of you, it may be a competition. It could be a friend that is in competition with you. For somebody, it could be a friend that's competing with you in a relationship or about a relationship. Someone may want the person that you want, and you may or may not be aware of it. Or this person could be a friend, and maybe you don't know that your friend is going after the same position or the same apartment, house, or the same situation, or the same person. This could be someone around you who you know who is competing with you, but they're not acting like it. But you, being yourself, being prepared, making sure that you have all your ducks in order, that you're paying attention to the fine print, not being paranoid but not trusting at the same time. Like, you don't have to be paranoid, but just pay attention to what's happening around you. Right? Because you have the power of discernment. You have the gift of discernment through the situation. So someone may be trying to steal something from you, pull the wool over your eyes. Could be a family member, friend, a lover. Could be a stranger, but I think this is talking about someone close to you. And they're just telling you to be aware and keep your guard up and know that you will be victorious. Now again, the bottom of the deck was temperance, patience, blending things. So let's see what that is, and that point we should be able to get. I should be able to get a better idea of what this means. Temperance, that's also major arcana. Okay. This is the level of connection the person has with what people call their higher self. Are they active and engaged in conversation with this part of themselves, or are they resisting their guidance? This talks about a deep connection with the possibilities of growth, especially spiritual. This is about cultivating coolness and a good character. This is a chance to fulfill your destiny. This is what's happening. This whole situation is destined. And this is about getting guidance from people who have deep insight and your hard work paying off. This is an opportunity to fulfill your destiny. Don't rely on your luck. Ignore people who try to convince you of things. Take a spiritual bath with goat milk, eggshell, coconut milk, and cocoa butter. And act with dignity. So, paying attention to what's going on around you, watching out for the competition. Someone could be coming after the same position that you have, but you're going to be victorious in this as long as you remember to act dignified, to use the tools that you already have at your disposal. Pay attention to the people around you. Don't trust everything. Pay attention to the details of the situation. Now, the way this goes is each of these cards have a value. So For the Two of Discs, we have a 2. And then for the Six of Discs, we have 6, so that's 8. And then for Five of Swords, that's 5. 8 plus 5 is 13, so that's 4. And then we have the Hanged Man, which is 12, which is 3. 1 and 2 is 3. And the Knight of Swords, and I think knights have a value of 13. I'll tell you right now. The court cards have a different value. Alrighty. We're not doing that right now. Let's see. Sorry about that. I should have put this on pause, right? Let's pause this. Okay, so Knights are 12s. So the Knight of Swords is another 12. That equals 3 again. So we got 7, 8, 9, 10 equals 1. This is concerning you. And card number 1, I believe, is the Magician, right? Yes. The Magician. Number 1. So again, you have all the tools that you need. You have all the power that you need. Ask Allegra to guide you, and then listen to the advice. Seek advice from a wise elder. If you're humble and honest, the world will bring you whatever it is that you desire. You have the right to use magic and spirit to overcome obstacles. You can do anything, even if you don't always know what's right. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, and pay attention to your dreams. The secrets that you keep can be tomorrow's headlines. Stay focused on your destiny. You're on the right track, but you may take advice that will bring you more problems than resolutions. You also may be a master bullshitter who often, the person you fool most often is yourself. So this is talking about keeping your ego in balance. Making sure that if something happens and your reputation is attacked, don't fall apart. As long as you are humble and honest, everything will work out. So you have all the skills that you need. You have people around you that can give you good advice, or you can seek out advice from an elder, someone who can advise you and help you. But you're being asked to stay prayerful, to stay in the spirit. Listen to your intuition. Trust yourself. Have confidence in yourself, right? Listen to what is being told to you. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. If you need to, use magic, you use magic. All right? If you need to pray, pray. Do what it is that you need to do to clear your path and let everybody else worry about themselves. All right? Don't feel that you have to pull somebody else along when they're not pulling their own weight. Someone who's stuck while you're ready to take off. You're letting maybe for some of you, this is about you letting someone else hold you back when you are able to shine alone, and having confidence in that, Aquarius. Excellent. All right, so that is your Orisha reading for this time. And when I'm doing this reading, it is February 2nd, 2021. And we know 2021 is a year of change because that adds up to 5. And we have 2 4s, so that 2 and 2 is 4. So 4 and 5 is your ancestors bringing you this message. So today's message was meant for you to hear. This is a message from your ancestors. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the good advice that you're given. Don't try to bring somebody with you that is not on your level to come. Everybody needs to work it out for themselves. All right? Learn about the Orisha. Learn about Obatala and Ogun, especially. And do the things that you're supposed to do in order, in a timely fashion, so that things don't spoil or run out. Okay? So Aquarius, I hope this resonated with your situation. Whenever you come across this reading, it's meant for you to see it, and you can always come back later for more information or to refresh it. Right? So thank you so much for allowing me to bring you this message. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share these messages. And I'll be talking to you guys real soon. Happy birthday, and be blessed. Love you guys. Ashe, namaste, peace.